Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, man shot and injured in Gregory Park, St. Catherine. A 39-year-old man is hospitalized after he was shot and injured in Gregory Park, Portmore in St. Catherine on Friday. About 1 p.m., the victim was reportedly standing near a service station when he was approached by a man who brandished a handgun, pointed it at him and fired, hitting him in the upper region of the body. The shooter then escaped. The injured man was assisted to hospital for treatment. Ex-con bans for conjugal visits. 7 years after the government announced its bold intent to introduce conjugal visits in the nation's prisons, inmates are still waiting for any legal action as the proposal remains unfulfilled. Instead, some are reportedly shelling out big bucks through a backdoor system called the Super Visit in order to get some action. An ex-convict who served time at one of the country's correctional facilities revealed the covert arrangements made by inmates to see their partners. My baby mother and different woman used to come look for me. You have to arrange it, give them the name of who I come, because the woman can't just come on the block say them a visit, he explained. Visits, the ex-con said, typically lasted around 20 to 25 minutes. So you gotta pay the money for the in a secret room with your wife. All if you don't have no wife. If your fiancé have the money can pay for super visit, she can. So you can do what you want doing in the room. Kiss up and love up quick and fast. In 2017, then National Security Minister Robert Montague announced that the government would introduce a conjugal visit. He said that conjugal visits would not be a right of every prisoner and that inmates who benefit would be required to be in a stable relationship. Montague was shifted from the National Security Ministry in 2018 and was replaced by Dr. Horace Chang. The ministry has conceded that very little has been done to introduce conjugal visits over the past 7 years, except from the proposal being in a green paper that was tabled in Parliament in January. The paper calls for the exploration of an appropriate mechanism for the introduction of conjugal visits where there would be designated periods in which an offender client is allowed to be in private with their legal spouse, wife or husband. The visit allows a contact, including sexual relations, between an offender client and a visitor. The key aims of conjugal visits include preserving an offender client's family ties, promoting the offender client's reintegration into society on release, curbing recidivism, and lessening violence within the correctional center, the Green Paper states. Recently, Kaira Jones, one of the accused in the high-profile Vibes Cartel murder case, told the Court of Appeal that he has been deprived of the opportunity for intimacy and the chance to build a family as a result of his incarceration. The ex-con, with whom the news spoke, argued that persons behind the bars are deserving of the opportunity for intimacy. The government started the discussion for a reason. It must be that them see the importance for it and how it will affect a man going back into society. Remember, say prisoner for rehabilitate. Some would like for it to happen now, he said. Just like overseas where they allow trailers for conjugal visits, them should do it here. And no special treatment. It's just that family can keep a man grounded, especially if him have a chance of coming out, the ex-con reasoned. Woman prefers prison rather than repay nephew. An elderly woman indicated her intention to spend the time in custody as opposed to repaying her nephew $20,000 for damaging a household padlock. Me rather do the 30 days. Him can't get my money. Me not give him the money and my rent money me have. Rosemary Samuels expressed boldly from the prisoner's dock in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Thursday. Samuels pleaded guilty to malicious destruction of property and disorderly conduct. It was reported that on May 12, Samuels went to her sister's house where she was residing at the time and tried to gain access to the home. The court heard that Samuels called to the complainant to open the house, and when he ignored her calls, she destroyed the padlock. I was waiting to go inside the house, and him locked me out of the house, me and my grandson, Samuels explained. Was it raining? Senior Parish Judge Sanchia Burrell asked Samuels. Yes, Your Honor, she replied. Madam, you are a dangerous woman, you know. Someone locked you out of the house and you break the lock? Burrell said before imposing an initial fine of $10,000 for the malicious destruction of property. But the judge's comment caused Samuels to laugh as she stood in the prisoner's dock. "For that you're going to pay $10,000 more. So now it is $20,000 or 30 days imprisonment," Burrell indicated. "Excuse me, Your Honor, I'd rather spend the 30 days in custody," Samuels said, and began behaving boisterously. Despite several pleas by the judge, court, police, and even the prosecutor to get Samuels to calm down, the woman continued her disorderly behavior and was then taken into custody. The judge then made a compensation order for Samuels to pay the sums. Vendor blames rum for beating up cops. A 26-year-old shoe vendor admitted to assaulting 2 police officers earlier this month at a corporate area nightclub, indicating that it was as a result of his ingesting alcohol. At the rum attack, Michael Brooks told the investigators attached to the Halfway Tree police station following his arrest on June 10. The report, as read by the prosecutor, evoked laughter inside the courtroom too at the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Thursday, where Brooks pleaded guilty to 2 counts of assault occasioning actual bodily harm. It was shared that on the aforementioned date at 4 a.m., the police responded to a call of a dispute between men at a club on Constant Spring Road in St. Andrew. Upon the police's arrival, Brooks was identified as one of the men involved in the melee, and the police officers tried to calm him down. However, the officers' efforts proved futile, and Brooks used a bottle of alcohol to hit one of the officers in his head and punched the other officer in the face. "I was feeling nice at the moment," Brooks told the senior parish judge Sanche Burrell, adding that he went to the club at midnight. "Why, the work of the police is really hard," the senior jurist responded. "It's not okay that you hit the police, drunk or otherwise. You need to know your limit," Judge Burrell said. Brooks was then made the subject of a probation order for 18 months on both counts of assault. A fingerprint order was also made by the judge. Transport Minister outlines reasons for Highway 2000 toll rate adjustments. Science, Energy, Telecommunications and the Transport Minister Darrell Vaz says the proposed new toll rates for the east-west segment of Highway 2000, which are slated to take effect on July 6, are necessary to ensure sustainability of the road infrastructure. Speaking during Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing at the Jamaica House, Minister Vaz said the toll road is a vital component of Jamaica's infrastructure landscape and a cornerstone project under a public-private partnership between the government of Jamaica and the private investors. This concession agreement was signed in 2001. The adjustment in toll rates are part of an annual review process mandated by the concession agreement between the government of Jamaica and the Trans-Jamaica Highway. These reviews are based on several economic factors, primarily influenced by U.S. Consumer Price Index and the exchange rate fluctuations, he said. Vaz indicated that the proposed new toll rates are below the maximum allowable increases possible under the concession agreement. These adjustments are necessary to ensure the sustainability of the infrastructure investment by our private partners. The tariff adjustments are carefully calculated within the parameters set forth within the concession agreement, he noted. The Portmore corridor, which is the highest traversed leg of the highway, saw the least increase. The proposed new rates at the Portmore, Spanish Town, Vineyards, and the Maypen toll plazas are as follows. Class 1 motorists using the Portmore Toll Road in St. Catherine will pay $360 up from $340, representing a 5.88% increase. Class 2 moves from $610 to $660, an increase of 8.20%. The Class 3 rate moves to $1,090, up from $1,020, representing a 6.86% increase. Motorists using the T-tag will be able to benefit from discounted rates. These include a 10% discount for frequent users after the 10th passage for the week through the toll plaza. Additionally, there is a promotional 50% discount on T-tag purchases from July 6 until September 30 as the government seeks to encourage cashless operations. The remaining new proposed rates as outlined by the ministry are the Spanish Town Toll Plaza Class 1 category is now $270, up from $255, while the T-tag discount will be $260. In the Class 2 category, motorists will pay $470, up from $430, with the new T-tag rate being $440. For Class 3 vehicles, the rate moves to $800, up from $750. At the Vineyards Toll Plaza, the new Class 1 rate will be $730, up from $670, with T-tag users paying $650. The new Class 2 rate will be $1,100, up from $990, while vehicles with T-tags will pay $1,050. Class 3 now $2,200, up from $2,000. Class 1 motorists utilizing the Mi-Pen Toll Plaza will pay a new fee of $240, up from $220, with T-tag users expected to pay $220. Class 2 motorists will pay $390, up from $350, while motorists with T-tags will pay $370. The Class 3 rate will increase to $700 from $630. The toll regulator is also proposing a further discount for Class 1 and 2 tag users who use the toll plazas after their 10th passage. In the spirit of transparency and public engagement, the proposed tariff adjustments were published in the newspapers, inviting feedback from citizens until July 29, 2024. I encourage stakeholders to participate through the available channels, he said. Members of the public are invited to phone 876-929-5119 or 1-888-999-1469 or email the Toll Authority of Jamaica at ntw@gov.jm to submit their feedback. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.